Every morning, I would step onto my balcony and watch the birds passing by. At first, I barely noticed them, but as the days went by, familiar visitors started appearing. Kookaburras sat on the railing, pink parrots stopped nearby, and magpies often arrived together. Then one bird caught my attention more than the others. He was a bright red parrot who watched me from a eucalyptus tree. Every day, he seemed to sit in the same spot, quietly observing the balcony. He was clearly curious, but he wasn't ready to come closer. Until one morning, something changed. He flew over and landed directly in front of the window. We stared at each other for several seconds. Then he suddenly jumped onto my shoulder. I knew he had made a decision. He trusted me. I named him Rupert. From that day forward, Rupert's visits became something I looked forward to. He was brave, curious, and incredibly funny. He didn't seem interested in rushing anywhere. Instead of flying around the balcony, he often preferred walking along the railing. He would take slow little steps, examining everything around him as if he were exploring a new place. Sometimes he even walked across the entire balcony, stopping every few steps to inspect something that caught his attention. But Rupert had a constant companion. A female parrot named Greta was almost always somewhere nearby. Greta was much more cautious. She never came close enough to sit on my shoulder, but she always stayed within sight, watching quietly. The two of them were clearly inseparable. They would fly toward each other, gently touch beaks, play together, and then suddenly fly apart. Sometimes they disappeared among the trees, and I could hear their calls coming from somewhere in the distance. But whenever I stepped onto the balcony, Rupert often returned, and Greta would soon follow. Watching them together became one of my favorite parts of the day. Of course, Rupert didn't visit every morning. Sometimes I would walk outside and look toward the eucalyptus tree, only to find it empty. I would wonder where he was and imagine him exploring with Greta. I missed him, but I knew he was free to live his own life. And whenever he returned, seeing him again felt even more special. There were also mornings when I would hear a familiar sound before I even saw him. I would look up and find Rupert sitting somewhere nearby, waiting for me to notice him. It almost felt like he had his own way of saying good morning. Sometimes he would stay for only a few minutes before flying away. Other days, he seemed perfectly happy to spend much longer on the balcony, walking around and watching everything I did. As time passed, I began noticing all the other birds around me too. Each one had different habits and personalities. Some stayed for a few minutes, while others returned almost every day. The balcony became a small window into the natural world, and watching these birds taught me to slow down. Nature doesn't always need to give us something dramatic. Sometimes a bird quietly sitting on a railing is enough. Sometimes two parrots playing among the trees can brighten an entire morning. And sometimes a wild animal choosing to trust you can create a memory you'll carry forever. Rupert was never my pet. He was wild. He was free. He could leave whenever he wanted. That's what made our connection so meaningful. He didn't visit because he had to. He came because he wanted to. Every time Rupert appeared, he brought a little happiness with him. He made ordinary mornings feel different and reminded me to appreciate the moments I couldn't plan. I feel incredibly lucky that this little red parrot chose to share part of his world with me. His visits were simple, but they meant much more than I ever expected. Rupert taught me to slow down, stay curious, and appreciate the unexpected friendships life sometimes gives us. He also reminded me that we don't always need to possess something to love it. Sometimes, caring means simply giving an animal the freedom to come and go, while being grateful for every moment it chooses to spend with you. Sometimes, the smallest visitor can leave the biggest impression, and for me, that visitor will always be Rupert. If Rupert's story touched your heart, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more touching and inspiring animal stories. Before bringing an exotic animal into your home, always learn about its needs and speak with experienced professionals. Proper research is essential for giving them a safe and healthy life.